Welcome back, everybody. We have Tim Cloyd joining us here this morning, hot air balloon pilot with Tech Visions, and welcome. Well, we think winter months, we're not talking hot air balloon flights so much.
But thank you for having me on today.
Yeah.
Yes, and Happy New Year.
It's a Happy New Year. You're a familiar face and a familiar name to those that visit the Indianola Balloon Festival, which you and your son are very prominent in, and always great to see you guys up there flying those beautiful balloons. But that's usually when we think about hot air balloons, is in the summertime. But
that's right.
You're saying, no, I want to go long distance on a nice cold day here in Iowa.
Yes, I hope it's at least 20. Well, I've been at 20 below, so that'd be awesome. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, but cold weather makes it, you can last longer in the air that way.
Okay, because I was going to ask you what the difference is, and conditions and so forth when you're flying in the winter, colder weather months than during the summer.
Takes less fuel to lift a balloon, so I can stay in the air longer, and plus no crops are in, so I can land anywhere.
You can land anywhere. It's a lot easier to find a place to land.
Oh yes.
Yeah, especially around in the Midwest. But let's talk about, there's a purpose behind wanting to fly this time of year.
The Extreme Flight to Find a Cure. It's a flight to raise money for cancer research. I will take names of loved ones on this long-distance, high-altitude flight. I've been anywhere from 105 to 413 miles on distances, 17,000 feet in altitude, which is an awesome view up there. But it will take me a long ways.
But it's extreme. Let's talk about why that is so extreme. Now, just besides thinking, flight distance and things like that, as you're seeing these images, you have to have special equipment, like oxygen, so you can breathe, making sure that you're staying warm.
There's 99 miles an hour. Yes.
Wow.
But extreme because it is the cold temperatures, maybe 20, 30 below up there. And the oxygen is required by the FAA. As a licensed pilot, I'm required to take oxygen up there. So that is the extreme to survive these flights.
And what's the passion there? Because I know you love to fly and you'll take any opportunity to fly, but you like these long distance flights. What's the passion there as a pilot?
It's enjoyable the view is awesome from up there, but to go that distance. But more importantly, I do like these flights, but I want to make it for a reason. And cancer touches us all. And this is where the general public can get names on board this flight. And this is the 8th annual flight coming up.
I was going to say, you've been doing this for a few years. Yeah.
So people can, by using my website, they can submit names, at least $15 per name, and designate what cancer organization they would like to go to, the money to go to. And 100% of that donation will go to that organization.
Talk a little bit about the funds you've raised over these few years and how many people you've recognized in this flight.
Well, I've had about 500 names of people that have dealt with cancer. Either they survived or they did not. And over $42,000 has been raised on these flights. And so what I do is I go up in altitude and I read the names and video the names. And then on the website you can see some of those video as I'm reading the names of these, honoring the people.
Like you do here, you're reading the names so that people realize that their loved ones are being honored, not only high up in the sky, but you're audibly recognize them as well. Do you recognize where you might be located right there and how high up you might be?
I usually do. I will say what the altitude is, what's going on up here, because people would like to know what's happening. We don't have live feeds. I don't have that kind of capability, but I know. I can tell what's going on in there.
Absolutely.
Talk about what started this extreme flight for you.
Well, I had first time we ever had a balloon, and the first time we flew, we had a crew member, and she's passed away in 2010. So that has touched. Actually, cancer touches us all. It affects us all, and I've had several people that are actually some other crew members still with cancer. So I want to do it for that reason and help support them.
Which is a wonderful thing. And if people make a donation, they're able to say where they would like that money to go, correct?
Exactly. And sometimes I've read obituaries, letters, pictures. On the video, I will hold those things up or read those things. So it really, really hits my heart as well.
Absolutely, and then you're able to decide if there's a specific cancer research operation that you want that to go to, or funding. You're so wonderful about making sure 100% of that goes to help benefit
100% of that goes to those cancer organizations of people. People have their heart for different cancer organizations. So let's share the love, you might say, to the different organizations. Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's what the extreme flight is. When is this possibly happening?
It will happen sometime between now and the end of March.
Okay.
It's like any balloon flight. We don't really know what's going to happen, but to have safe winds on the surface, I say under 10 miles an hour on the surface for takeoff and landings, we have to find those right setups. Right now, I can only say that there may be something January 8th starting to set up, but I will notify people on Facebook up to the day before that it's a go or no-go decision. So I may let people know about 3 days out, saying, it looks like a possibility, but you know, so I can look out up to 3 weeks, the possibilities of what might be setting up with the jet streams and everything.
Okay, so you're kind of looking ahead, possibility.
You got to stay tuned.
Yeah, possibility of next week. Well, fingers crossed if everything goes perfectly, but of course Mother Nature always has the final say. So you have until now, until March, but we invite you to go to the website now to make a donation, get a loved one's name on a beautiful opportunity with a flight. If they are a survivor, if maybe they've had that battle, this is an opportunity to help find a cure, fund a cure, really, with this extreme flight that'll be taking place. 8th annual. What have you learned over the years of doing these extreme flights in the middle of winter?
Well, it's definitely a challenge for the equipment. Everything gets cold, and all my equipment is special equipment to keep me warm. I've developed those over time, so I'm actually rather comfortable at 20 below up there because I have the equipment. But my equipment, the balloon equipment, also has to have special things taken care of it to make sure that it can handle that kind of temperatures as well. But more importantly on this flight is how people, the personal touch, the personal side of the cancer that everyone has. And that's what really drives me for this flight, to come back. You know, that people tell me how their aunt or their dad or somebody that I shared, and then I hear back that it was when they hear the name read, boy, it just hits your heart so much, and it makes me keep wanting to go. So, you know, that I could have a flight as soon as next week, so I urge people to get the names on board, get the names to me as soon as they can, because you never know when the flight will happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. There you go. That's what we're talking about today, last day of 2019, but exciting things to look forward to in 2020. So once again, Tech Visions, TEC visions.org. Tim, thank you so much for joining us. And congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.